Coach. Um, as a reminder, this is being recorded. So, Coach, if you'd like to open with a statement about today's game.
Yeah, obviously not the result we were looking for. We were expecting to win this game. I thought our kids played hard. We got to make a couple more plays in critical situations to give ourselves a chance to win. I thought they had a dynamic football player, number one. We knew that going into the game. We stopped them for the majority of the game. But, the kickoff return hurt us. And then obviously the big play down the field in the fourth quarter hurt us. But, proud of the effort of our football team. I think we got a young group of guys that's committed to getting better. We got a young group of guys that's committed to competing. They're not going to hold their head down. They're not going to sulk. They're going to come back to work on Monday, with a great football team in Toledo coming to Husky Stadium. So certainly excited about that. Obviously this stings, it hurts as it should, but we will respond and we will be ready to play next week.
Thanks, Coach. You have questions for Coach Hammock, James Krause. Should be unmuted, and go ahead.
Coach, you said you're very proud of the team. I wanted to know from what you've seen from your players since getting off the field, what's the attitude amongst them right now? Are they happy they were able to hang with a really, really good team, or are they kind of demoralized because of the close loss?
Come on. What are we talking about? First of all, no, they're not happy that they played close, and they're not demoralized that they lost the game. What I see is a football team that wants to get better, and they want to compete, and they expect to win. And so we got to continue to put them in opportunities and positions to win. But, I don't know what the mentality is outside of our locker room, but we expect to play well. We expect to practice well. We expect to compete. We expect to win. And that's where we're at. We demoralized. Come on. Those words never enter my mindset. The things that enter my mindset is how can we continue to get this young football team to continue to improve? And that's kind of where we're at.
Next question, Eddie Carifio.
Hey, Coach. A lot of the things you talked about before the game, coming into it, your defense leading a strong performance. You get that, you hold them to 200 yards less than their average. You don't commit any turnovers on offense. What did you see as the missing piece there today is why you didn't come away with the win?
Well, I think, for us, we got to continue. When we have a chance to put a team like this away, we got to find a drive. Our defense had four straight 3-and-outs. We got to find a drive in that moment to get the ball down the field and go score a touchdown. So to me, you look at it, we went toe-to-toe with probably one of the better teams in this conference. They had a difference maker they had a difference maker player. That's the bottom line. They had one guy that was an NFL player, and he made two dynamic plays that gave him a position to win the football game. But we played a team game today. We played complementary football. We wanted to hold the ball on offense. We held it for 40 minutes. We wanted to stay on the field, keep their offense off the field. We wanted to have great ball security, which we did. We wanted to tackle and limit the explosive plays, which we did defensively. And then obviously we got to win on special teams. So, we at the stage where we have to be a complementary football team until we get a player that can change a game like they had.
With going forward on the fourth downs there in the first half as much as they did and then making all of them, is that something that kind of sparks a lot, or how do you see that kind of spark the confidence of the team and converting all those in those pressure situations?
Well, we knew we had Kyle Pugh that was out the first half, so we wanted to make sure, we was going to be aggressive in our approach. We tried an onside kick, we didn't get it. We went for it on fourth down, but we wanted to be able to stay on the field until we got it to halftime when Kyle Pugh was coming out, who's one of the leaders of our defense. So that was the plan. We're going to continue to be aggressive. We're going to take our shots, to put our offense in position to score points.
Next question, Brandon Suarez, Huskies on tap.
Hey, Coach, you talked about, the offense's ability to move the ball. Obviously, they were able to get 27 points today, and you guys did it in a variety of different ways. The run game looked good, the passing game looked good, and Ross Bowers looked good as well. How do you feel a guy in Dustin Fletcher, he was hurt a couple of the games before this, added an extra element to that offense to get you guys some more first downs today?
Yeah, I said, for the last couple of weeks, he's a guy that's getting better. He's going to continue to get better. It was good to get him out there. We got to continue to find ways to get him on the field because he's a leader and he's going to be a great player for us. And we're going to keep trying to build around him as much as possible.
And then I know it's hard to look at the positives in times like this, but what can you take moving forward to the Toledo game next week? Obviously, we're a couple different plays away from winning this game. What can you take that this team did today moving forward?
Well, to me, I like the mentality and approach of our football team. They don't give up. They don't quit. They're going to fight. Tim Lester came up to me after the game and said, you got a young team that competes their butt off. And to me, what a great compliment. We started 7 true freshmen on defense. We started 3 true freshmen on offense. And you couldn't tell the difference during the game. To me, I'm excited to watch those guys compete. I'm excited to watch those guys play. We got to keep, getting better on the practice field. I thought we made a jump last week, and we got to make another jump this week against a good football team in Toledo.
And then one last question, Coach, back to Dwayne Eskridge. Week in week, it seems like I have these questions about that one NFL guy on the team, but you guys, outside of the kick return and the long 57-yarder, I believe, in the third or fourth quarter, seem to help or hold them in check. How would you say your defense performed across the board today? And if you had to say a player of the game, I guess you would say on defense.
Yeah, obviously, I thought, the thing we got to continue to do is play every single snap with fundamentals and techniques, right? Don't give them an opportunity to make that play. The special teams got to come up big. Obviously, Jordan Gandy played a heck of a ball game. But they got Eskridge, we got Tyrese Richie. And we're going to keep utilizing our guy as much as we can to get him involved and make plays for us on offense.
Thanks, Coach.
Anything else for Coach Hammock? All right, thanks, Coach. Oh, sorry, Eddie got one more. Go ahead, Eddie.
I was going to say he only had like 3 catches, but how did you say saw the chemistry between Bowers and Robinson? It looks like they were on sync. He had the one big one. He had the touchdown. Is that starting to develop the way you would hope?
Yeah, I mean, we got to continue to find guys we need to be able to spread the ball around. If you just got one guy making every catch, they can obviously take that guy out. So who else is going to step up? And I thought he should have had 2 touchdowns, to be honest. They said his hand touched before his foot. I haven't seen the replay, but, I thought he got a foot down. I was unsure of the hand. But, he's a guy that's confidence continues to grow. We haven't given up on him. We're not going to give up on him. I don't believe in giving up on players. I believe in, continue to coach them. And at some point they see the light and start making plays.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. All right, now we have been joined by Jordan Gandy. If you have questions for Jordan, please raise your hand in the chat. We'll start with Brandon Suarez from Huskies on Tap. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, Jordan, great game today. What would you say you saw? I mean, you're going against arguably the 2 best receivers you've gone against this season in Sky Moore and Dwayne Eskridge. How do you feel you played, and how did you kind of keep them at bay for a good majority of the game?
I played all right. We had a pretty good game plan going into the game. And I think it worked for the most part. Obviously, there were some plays we'd like to have back. But for myself, there's always stuff I can look to improve on. There were some tackles that I should have made and, some more plays that I could have made as well. So we just got to get back to practice and keep working.
And then when going against quick receivers like that, do you have a more zone or man preference in that situation? Do you like to be more man or in a zone preference?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me. I think I have some speed too, and so do all the other DBs on our team. That's kind of our job, to be able to stick with guys like that. So it really doesn't matter to me.
Thanks, Jordan.
Any other questions for Jordan Gandy? Eddie, go ahead.
Hey, Jordan, just, you had 5 pass breakups in the game. I mean, just what was, I guess, working for you? What were you seeing out there today? And then is there some level where it's like, man, I wish I got my hands on that one at some point?
Like I said before, we had a really good game plan going into the game. We watched film. We knew kind of what they wanted to do. And, all I have to do at that point is go out there and do what I'm supposed to. And that's kind of what I did.
Anything else for Jordan Gandy? All right, Jordan, thank you. Just one note on Jordan before we get to Tyrese Richie. Jordan's 5 pass breakups in a game ties the NIU single game record. We've now been joined by Tyrese Richie. Anyone have any questions for Tyrese? Eddie Carifio, go ahead.
Hey, Tyrese, just offensively, you guys dominated time of possession. You had no turnovers. Was there something you saw out there that was like, man, if only we had done this, like something at some point of why you guys didn't come away with it?
No, I feel like the offense went out there and played the best they could. I mean, we know we had to work on a few things, but we go be ready for next week for sure.
How much confidence does this give you any confidence in the performance you guys had today going forward for the last 2 games of the year?
I think week by week we've been getting better. Coach Ham, Coach E, like the whole offensive staff been on us hard, so we're making sure we try to do everything right. Just get better every day.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
We will go to Brandon Suarez from Huskies on Tap. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, Tyrese, the week leading up to the game, all we heard about was, the receivers that Western Michigan had. Then obviously this afternoon you turned it into the Tyrese Richie show. Did that add any extra motivation leading into this week, knowing that you could be the best receiver on the field?
I'm not really worried about like none of the all the outsiders talk. None. I don't even check my stats after the game. None of that. So I really don't. I'm just here to get better and help my team with up.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to James Krause from the Northern Star. Go ahead, James.
Tyrese, in terms of how Ross was feeling out there, did you see his confidence kind of grow as the game progressed? Because it seemed like he was getting really, really good in the first half, and as it progressed on.
Yeah, that started in practice. We've been filling each other out a little more, even with Dennis Robinson, Trey. So it's like every day we practice extra catches and stuff like that. So just make sure we sharpen it every point.
All right, we'll go back to Eddie Carifio from the Daily Chronicle. Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, you guys converted. I think it was like 4 for 4 in the first half. You got 3 on that one scoring drive there. How much confidence do you guys get as an offense out there when the coaches call for you to go for it and you convert as much as you guys did?
I mean, Coach Hammock always tell us to be ready. So when he calls, we gotta be ready.
Hey, thank you.
Anything else for Tyrese? All right, thanks, Tyrese.
No problem. Have a good one.
And that will conclude our press conference today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we will see you next week.